So I do have an issue with bradycardia. Just my heart does beat slower. But it's not an incredible amount, and it's not very often. So even though my pulse is between 50 and 60, a great part of that is because my health brought it down.
Let us take this down to the dollar store and we can rumble there. I got 100 bones since this baseball bat is cracking your skull open.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. Holy smokes, I actually slept better than I did last night. I didn't wake up. I did wake up middle of things, but not because I was uncomfortable, but because I had to empty my bladder. And then once that was done, back to bed and back to sleep until I woke up beforehand. You know, I'm up at 5:30. I set my alarm at 5:30 because generally by that time I'm so uncomfortable I can't even sit in bed anymore. And yeah, by that time I was up and out of bed by 5:30 because I just hurt so much. But I slept well, and so that's good. I'm very, very glad about that. And yesterday was a better day. I only had 2 bouts of sleepiness, and I'll talk more about that in a moment because first off, of course, front loading of YouTube videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, I appreciate every single one of them. And I do wish to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are literally beautiful and literally awesome, helping to keep me and my pets alive. I appreciate that. I know my pets appreciate that. They can't speak English, but I can speak English for them. Thank you so much, each and every one of these people, for helping to keep me and my pets running. Thank you. If you'd like to help me out and become a patron, the links are in the video description. Thumbs up for that. And hey, front loading of videos over. Yeah, yesterday, instead of having 6 hours gone, I had one period close to around noonish where I could feel that drug sleep coming up behind me, and the floor was shaking, and I just went, no. And I fought it off. It took about 10 minutes of riding through it hard. But because I was able to feel it and just went, no, I was able to push through that wave and then didn't fall asleep. Unfortunately, later on, around 3-ish, 4-ish, I was falling asleep at that time, hard to tell. I was not able to fight it off. I could feel the floor shaking beneath my feet, and then it got me. And I was out for approximately an hour. Not fully awake, not fully asleep, more asleep than awake. But then I pulled up and out of it at the end of that and went, no. And so I was able to only lose an hour. Not bad compared. Holy smokes. So I'm going to keep taking the med. If for no other reason, it is helping with my blood pressure. Yesterday when I took my blood pressure, finally, the lower number. You've got the systolic on the top, the diastolic on the bottom. This one's the larger, this one's the smaller. Finally, this number down in the 70s instead of up in the 80s where it should be. Down here, the 70s where it should be, not up here in the 80s. So even if I fall asleep, it's finally brought my blood pressure back down. It's not good as compared to what I used to be, because I was like 113 over 60 something. But that's not necessarily due to good health. I do have an issue where I have bradycardia. My doctor talked about that, and my low pulse is not entirely because of my being healthy. It is also because my heart does that. It beats a little bit slower, not necessarily a good thing, and it depends on diet and exercise as well. But back when my wife was alive, like 10 years and some ago, I think even now, back in 2012, twice that I can remember completely, and maybe a third time, but no more than that, my pulse dropped to 30 beats a minute. That is a weird feeling, and it's just went, at the time I was married to my wife, so my pulse was unhealthy, and it just went like 70, 80, or 90 something to, boom, 30. That's a weird bloody feeling. I was constantly just dizzy. The down was moving beneath me because of my blood pressure being that low. I would go between heartbeats. It would be like, oh, beat. Oh, beat. Because my blood pressure would drop between heartbeats to where I felt like I was going to pass out and it beat. Oh, my brain can run. Oh. So I do have an issue with bradycardia. Just my heart does beat slower. But it's not an incredible amount, and it's not very often. So even though my pulse is between 50 and 60, a great part of that is because my health brought it down, and then I have natural bradycardia, which brought it down even lower. So how my heartbeat would have been when I was younger, when my pulse was naturally around 80, would have been around 90 or more. Ugh. So, yay. But at least I'm doing okay, and hopefully you're doing okay, and that's a good thing. I mean, I'm doing as well as can be. I have to determine whether or not I need to go to the emergency room to get some stuff checked out, or if I want to wait the months to come up. Because I really don't want to die anytime soon, and I know I'm fighting against part of my own head on that one. That's the depressed part that's saying, don't do anything. You know, just let it happen. No. I don't want that to occur. I wish to live through as many years as possible. I like surviving. I've been surviving this long. I'd like to continue to do so. So here's hoping. Let me see what else I have on my list. Not much. I didn't get much done physically yesterday. I didn't play like the 100 dungeon again. Smack. But that was because I was doing other things. And when you've got only so much time, I couldn't fit it in. I got to do my walkies, and that takes up my entire... I start getting ready for walkies around 5 o'clock-ish. Putting on my support stockings, getting things ready, eating a little bit for going out, not putting on, I already talked about putting on my support stockings, if I haven't done so already, and then starting to tank up on THC for pain control. So my evening time from about 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock is usually gone, because I'm preparing to go walkies, and then I'm out on walkies, and then I'm recovering from walkies, and then I go to bed. Which I don't mind. That's fine. I do some stuff beforehand. My nose is all itchy. I do stuff beforehand. I think and I feel good out while I'm walking, aside from all my muscles and such up here, because of hopefully just my scoliosis and not a combination of scoliosis and like death coming. So I don't want to be too negative about this. It's probably nothing. I do need to take care of it, but yeah, it hurts back there all the time, but it always has good old scoliosis, so yay. But that's the way that's going. I've been playing games, I've been listening to music, I've been thinking, and when I was out on my walkies last night, I did my best to think. I am not really getting anything mental out of the meds. It's not helping me think. So, yay on that. But I do the best I can while I'm out thinking. There's a lot of stuff that right now I can't even remember the stuff that I want to talk about. But on my list here, I'm going to talk about this because even when medicated with my ADHD, my brain is still, instead of 1,000 ping pong balls in a wind tunnel and losing track of what I'm talking about every time the balls hit together, when I'm medicated, it's only like 250. And I still lose track every time they smack together. So I'm still unfocused, just able to focus slightly more. But one of the things I was thinking about, not talking about yet, yesterday I talked a bit about Tamukinoso and all that, one of the cosmic horrors. Further on that, because Tamukinoso, when they were younger, one of their defining moments that brought them into the maturity that they are. Each one of the cosmic horrors had something like this happen, a defining moment that brought them into maturity and figured out what they were going to be. As a younger individual, Tamukinoso ran with a younger pack. Now, Tamukinoso is one of the few cosmic horrors that you can sort of figure out what they look like. Imagine a gigantic gray wolf. I mean, like, just a realistic looking gray wolf. Make it like 15 feet long and appropriately tall and muscled, and then bulk it up for a whole bunch of extra stuff. And that's kind of what our heads can wrap around what Tamukinoso looks like. And they run, and they run, and they run, and they got a pack together, and they run. And that's what you do when you are part of the pack. There is no future, there is no past, there is only right now. There's no thinking, there's no planning, there is only being. You live in the moment. You run, you eat. When you're tired, you rest. When it's time to mate, you do so. You don't think, you don't plan, you just exist. And they were running with their early pack, and a powerful being, a Gakiru, had decided that it was time to hurt not only Tamukinoso, but all of the other cosmic horrors as well. Because if you hurt one, you hurt them all. They are a family. They do like each other. As best as we can, attribute feelings and emotions to them, they are family. And so Tamukinoso ends up in a situation with this powerful being. There is Gokura, us, Gakire, little predator, Gakiri, predator, Gakiru, armored predator, and then there's supposed to be another category, but Amaterasu messed that up for everybody. She is now the Gakira, most powerful. It's supposed to be just another category for people who are above Gakiru. But she altered reality that much. She is the Gakira. No one else ever can reach that status again while she is alive. But it is a very powerful Gakiru, and they notice by following and observing that there is a place that they can go that others can't. But it seems to work like everybody's ability to step out of universes. And by everybody, I mean Gokura, we have none. And when you walk on a path of power and you become Gakire, one of the very first things that reality grants you is the ability to step out of your universe and into any other. This ability to step into some place that nowhere can follow seems to be sort of like that. Though, of course, just by observing they can't tell, but it seems to run under various things. And you can affect other people's abilities to do such just through natural things. And manages to trick Tamukinoso into an area where the lensing of powers and energies does not stop their ability to walk out and up into that place that no one can follow. The infinite abandoned city. But it can slow it down. Instead of an instant normal, bam, portal, step, you're gone. Tamukinoso has to set this up and go, and then it takes time. They have to wait because of all the energy lensing. It is so slow, and they can't leave. But the Kikiru tells them, you can either fight me and die, or I will kill your pack one by one, and I know you are a connection with them. You will feel them. Tamukinoso does not want to die. They set up the portal and start to leave, which is normally, boom, they're just out of there and gone. But no, they're stuck waiting. And then when they're moving through it, they're still feeling it as that Gakiru goes through and slaughters every single member of their pack. And they feel it before they're able to actually step to the city and gone. Now, of course, because of that, they will kill anyone, anything that threatens their pack. No quarter given. No prisoners taken. They will kill the multiverse before they let someone kill their pack. And you, as a person, if the pack of Gakiri comes bursting out of the forest on your world and starts eating every single person, takes a couple hours, but not much more before every single person on a world is, devoured. If you are close to walking a path of power and becoming powerful yourself, and you're watching this, if one of these beasts runs up to you to eat you, they can feel that, and they'll stop. And if you can show that you can run with the pack, if you can show that you can run and eat and keep up with them, if you can survive, you can become part of the pack. So if you do so, and you survive, you will become part of Tamukinoso's pack. You will grow in power. You will become a Gakiri if you survive. You are taking a path of power that a normal human being does not take. By becoming more powerful, you become more pack-like. You lose your intelligence. You gain more things that help you run and eat and run. And if you can keep up with them, yeah, you too will be one of those that bursts out of the forests on a world and crashes into others. And before they can do a thing, you devour them. And then you run until your belly's empty enough that you can eat someone else. And when every single person on this world has been devoured, you too dash into the woods and onto another world, following Tamukinoso. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I've gotten more comments yesterday than I did the previous couple days, so thumbs up, thank you each and every one of you. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, well... We have confused Al29. Yesterday went much better. Hopefully today is going to continue being better as well. Jesse Koskinen, Dusk is an awesome game. I'm not so thrilled about the third episode. You'll see. It's still good though. Then there's Eli, thumbs up and thank you. And we have Gucci Witch, thumbs up. Nauseous with 2 A's, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you. Ice Damon, yeah, things always change and get better. And Ben B, thumbs up, good to see you in the comments. Zombie Wolf, thumbs up, and good to see you as well. And we have Mestfi, M-E-S-T-I-F-I, or Mestifi, thumbs up and thank you. 10 people left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up, greatly appreciating. Get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. But it is appreciated. So with my hands in the air, hey, don't know what device you're watching this on, but wherever the show more is inside, I've links to my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and again, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome, as stated at the beginning. I mean, literally, I would not be able to survive without the help of these people here. Thank you, each and every one of you. It is appreciated. And again, I thank you, and my pets thank you, and everything is good and right with the universe, or something like that. Thumbs up. Now, of course, if you don't want to become a patron, there is a PayPal link, and if you don't want to help me out that way, there's an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food on it, so if you could check that out, that'd be cool. Don't feel obligated, I don't feel entitled, and if you cannot or do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Well, it being Sunday, I don't have a whole lot I really plan on doing or being able to do. I can't make phone calls because the places I need to call are closed on Saturdays and Sundays. So I'm going to play video games, I'm going to listen to music, I am going to play D100 Dungeon, I'm going to go for walkies, I'm going to think as much as I can, and I've been thinking a lot. I mean, I'm still, even though I only talked about Tamukinoso and stuff today, there's a lot I've still been thinking on my whole entire Razor's Edge project. So, no fear on that. I haven't abandoned it. And remember, the department is a part of the cryptid setting, which is a part of the whole inside-outside. So it's not being abandoned. It's not abandoning the other setting by working on it. It's all connected. Thumbs up on that. Yay. Well, hopefully you are going to get done the things that you want to get done. And if the things that you want to get done don't get done, don't worry about it. Nothing matters. You know, we're all going to die. The universe is going to end one day. You know, time continues, but what's going to happen trillions upon trillions of years from now? Nothing matters, and yet the way we treat each other does. So things do matter. But we have no point or purpose, which means you're free to make your own point and purpose for your life and be happy without the impositions of anything else. Thumbs up on that. So hey though, people are still dying horribly out there. Even Dr. Fauci in the United States at the CDC had to come out and clarify to say the pandemic is not over. We're in the kind of pandemic phase where we're starting to get out of it, but it's not over, people. It's not over. Be careful. I wear my mask around others. I do not want to inhale infected lung butter. You shouldn't either. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I do think that is a very good idea.